Okay, I'm not just gonna waste your guys' time, so I'm just gonna explain this real quick and simple. A YouTuber by the name of Middletrack made an entire video that's 11 minutes long, almost 12 minutes long, trying to debunk my long take debunk video on SCP versus Goku. No offense to Middletrack, but that debunk wasn't it, man. You got a lot of things, like, wrong. It seems like you're kind of glazing Goku and ignoring some of my arguments. His quote-unquote debunk video was filled to the brim with structural misinformation, contradictions, and severe double standards to protect Goku. So without any further dilemmas, let's begin, shall we? He states you should only use the original author's initial article, and he also says that everything else is made up by neckbeard power scalers to artificially upscale characters. This is factually incorrect regarding on how the SCP Foundation operates, because the wiki is an official, licensed, reviewed, collaborated, cross-testing logs, extended lore hubs, and official tales that go through the strict community upvote criteria before being accepted to the main site. I brought up that this verse is a hypercanon, and do you know what Middletrack did? He ignored my hypercanon argument and just completely forgot it exists.
Is that SCP allows you to choose what's canon and what's non-canon. So realistically, you can deny pretty much every SCP except specific interpretations or versions of them, or you could say everything is canon. So at that point, it really is irrelevant on if you think this SCP is strong or not, because literally I can deny everything you say for that specific SCP or like the entire franchise as a whole, because it's literally thousands of writers making their own versions of SCP, and on if it's canon to this one, not canon to this one, it gets too overcomplicated. It's actually worse than most creepypastas, to be honest, to the point to where people would just go around and say, like, try to say objectively that this SCP objectively scales is high, when obviously it doesn't, because literally everything is not canon and canon at the same time.
So we're not starting out strong. This man is arguing that SCP has no canon, despite his own image literally specified it's a hypercanon.
He also asserts that because SCP has thousands of authors creating different versions, everything is non-canon and canon at the same time, which makes scaling them impossible. But here's the thing, I quite literally brought up the hypercanon argument, and not only that you dodged it, but you heard it flat out and just ignored it. Like, brother, you're dodging information. Alright, just to specify, he tries to claim that Goku has key control to excuse why Goku can be hurt by weak things, but 682 is quote-unquote fodder as hell because he's able to be contained by the Foundation. And not only that, I use those anti-feats as an example, but the fact that you didn't even understand that it was an example just kind of proves that you didn't even track anything I was saying. Long's argued, and I quote, 682 is not that strong because he's able to be contained by the Foundation. But then I used his logic against him by saying that a nuclear weapon will be technically harmless since it's able to be contained and stored safely. And then since he wanted to bring up anti-feats, or aka saying that 682 is weak due to because of, you know, so-and-so, I brought up the argument of Goku being harmed by weaker things as an example to go against his claim. That was an example. That was not meant to be taken literally. I even quite literally said it was an example, and I said going by his logic, implying it was an example. Middletrack, please, I am begging you, and I don't mean any disrespect, but please track what I'm saying. Middletrack claims Hakai can work and destroy narratives and erase SCP-682. He attempts to prove this by stating that Hakai can erase characters from Dr. Slump, and because Dr. Slump characters can regenerate from narrative erasure, Hakai is a plot-level deletion tool. Not only 682 survived plot manipulation, he also survived his existence being erased, but he also survived something that was meant to kill him conceptually on an infinite degree. Also, it's well established by Beerus that his Hakai won't work on immortal beings. 682 is quite literally immortal. He completely ignored the Hang King and the Wanderer's Library and the entire metaphysical chain that I presented in that video. He didn't even try to debunk it. Instead, he deflected by reverting to his fallback complaint. He tried to use of O-Def or aka SCP-2935 to prove that SCP-682 can be easily deleted and killed. But in the SCP-2935 article, a multi-dimensional entity known as Death didn't just kill 682, it instantaneously killed the entire concept of life, death, souls, and anomalous properties across the entire reality. My biggest complaint throughout this entire video isn't the argument, it's the lack of proof. Throughout the entire video, it's just him talking with no substance to back up anything he's saying. This is quite literally the definition of a Hitchens razor fallacy. I'm sorry, it's not a fallacy, but you know what I mean. Overall, this debunk was an entire mess. Not only this man didn't show proof, but he shows a lot of double standard towards defending Goku. Listen to me, Middletrack. I know you're going to be watching this video, but I want you to understand something. Instead of us hiding behind edited videos, let's settle this properly. I want to challenge you to a debate on Goku versus SCP-682. Specifically a text debate, so it'll be more formal. But if you try to dodge this debate, or just make another reaction video over my content instead of talking to me directly, everyone will know exactly what you are. A content creator farming views off of my name, but only acts tough when there's no one around to check his sources. So Middle Track, I seen your YouTube bio. I know you have a Discord account. Please add me up on Discord and we can happily debate on SCP-682 versus Goku in a formal text debate. Also, I'm going to Texas because, you know, I'm trying to visit family and I'm going to be gone for the next 3 to 4 days. So to stay consistent on YouTube, I am going to upload a video that I made ahead of time, which was before I ever made this video in particular. But anywho, I'm heading off. I'll see y'all later.